What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone is having a good day thus far. So for this trailer review and reaction, we are taking a bit of a left turn, and as you can see from the headline, this is not being deemed as a traditional or true horror film. I don't even think it's going to be falling within the horror spectrum, but it is being deemed a thriller. And the reason why I am covering off on this trailer here on our channel is because I did, as I was reading through the article a little bit, and I did check the trailer just to get a vibe for it, the first 10-15 seconds of it. It has, to me, that eeriness, that horror aspect to it. And if you recall, if ever saw the film Midsommar, it almost has some reminders and feelings of that film. Not completely. Now, they are two very, very different films, drastically different. Now, I'm not saying that this one is, a carbon copy. I'm not saying this one has elements that remind me of it. It's just when I started reading about this and saw the first little bit of it, that was the first horror film that came to mind. Now, again, this is just being deemed as a thriller, but I wanted to cover off on it just for the simple fact of, one, the premise that's being set for it, and two, the feeling I'm getting from this trailer. So that's why we're covering off on this particular trailer here on our channel. So, looking at the details of the article real quickly before we move into the trailer, Nicole Kidman unravels a murder mystery in Prime Video's upcoming thriller Holland, formerly titled Holland, Michigan, the brand new movie from director Mimi Cave, who also did Fresh. If you haven't seen Fresh, that was from 2022, and I believe you can see it now on Hulu. I believe it's listed on Hulu as a Hulu original, but I believe it is on there, currently available for streaming. So if you are US based, you can find it on Hulu. Now, for international people, you will need to check. If you don't have Hulu, which I think many of you don't, if you're international and you might have Disney Plus, check out Disney Plus. It might be listed on there. It's worth checking out. We are going to go back and do a rewatch of that film and do a movie review of it here in the near future. So be on the lookout for that. Follow the clues wherever they take you and watch the official trailer for Prime Video's Holland below. You'll be able to stream the Hitchcockian thriller on March 27th, 2025. In Holland, Nancy's, who's played by Nicole Kidman, picture-perfect life in a quaint Holland, Michigan crumbles when she and a friend uncover a twisted secret in their midst. So then we have additional casting here and who wrote the screenplay. The film will world premiere at SXSW on March 9th, 2025, which is just literally like a week and a half or so away. This project dates all the way back to 2013 when Naomi Watts and Bryan Cranston were set to star, with Errol Morris directing. Amazon ended up acquiring the film rights in 2016. We have the trailer here and the first official poster, which I think the poster looks pretty good considering just the brief premise we got. Now, this is where I think it does lean in a bit to horror. I mean, look at this poster. She's holding a flower here, which is dripping blood down onto her hand. And then if we go back up into the article here, it mentions that it is a Hitchcockian thriller. Now, we know Alfred Hitchcock, a lot of what he did. I mean, one of the pioneers for horror, a lot of horror films, a lot of great horror films. So this, again, that's where I feel between that and a little bit of what I did watch, this does kind of lean into horror a little bit, even though it's not a full-fledged horror film or falls solely within a subgenre of horror. So let's jump into this trailer and see what it is about.
Every day, I get to wake up in the best place on earth, Holland, Michigan.
Hi, Mrs. Vandergroot. Good morning.
I look around myself and it feels like a dream.
Yoo-hoo.
Hey, Nance.
It's just perfect.
Please tell me Harry's gonna dance in Tulip Time this year.
Didn't Pastor Bob say the dancing was the devil?
Not Dutch dancing, silly. Just all the other kinds. It may seem like we have everything all together, but right under the surface, It's like we're being strangled.
So I got some bad news, Nance. We gotta go to Greenville. Just a one night, though.
Everything okay at home?
Hey, hon, we're back.
You know, it's important to me, Nancy, that you feel safe here. Here's the best part. Because you get to make up a story and control everything. Like directing your own film, but better.
This is weird.
God, I love good mysteries.
Sometimes in life, you just gotta follow the clues wherever they take you.
Jesus. Oh, Nancy, don't sneak up on me like that.
Get down. Get down. This comes out. Our life is ruined.
What do you think is gonna happen?
Actions have consequences.
It's like, you should leave a scab alone. Picking it, you're only gonna hurt yourself. But you do it anyway.
This is really super tonight, Nance. Did you do something different?
Brown mustard instead of yellow. I felt like doing something a little crazy.
So I think this does fall a little bit within horror. So, right away, her husband's up to something, and it almost seems like it's her son could be involved as well. We saw her son. It was nighttime, and he's kind of, if you've ever seen the Homer Simpson meme or GIF where he's fading away into the bushes, that's exactly what this kid was doing at nighttime. We also saw who appears to be her friend, maybe another individual who lives in this little town. Obviously, they're getting close, and he was digging something up in a yard, but she was also, and I'm wondering if there's a bit of psychosis in this as well, because towards the end of that trailer, we saw her running down the street as if she's running towards us, and the street behind her was like crumbling up and like almost coming after her in a way. Also, I'm wondering if it looks to be they're projecting it or perceive us to perceive it as a hobby that the husband has, a sharing with his son, that they have like this miniature-sized version of what could be the entire town, very similar to what we saw, if you remember, something like that in Beetlejuice. But in this case, he even had what appeared to be miniatures of his wife and his home and himself. And I'm wondering if whatever he is doing in this little miniature town, like how he's positioning things or what he's doing there, has an impact on what truly happens in this town. Like we saw, obviously, that her and this other friend, this guy, started investigating what something was amiss, and they saw this old newspaper clipping on one of those old reels that you would see like at an old public library where a nurse was killed. He then goes out of town, comes back, finds something on the carpet. So, and then he approaches her, very eerie, creepy, like when they're in the bedroom, saying, "I just want to make sure you're safe, that you're happy," and it almost seems like he's trying to keep some level of control over her. And again, that's where I'm wondering if this miniature town or these miniatures come into play, where something bigger is amiss. Because if you remember in the first part of the trailer, the son mentioned when they were all sitting at like this banquet table, and he mentioned the dancing, that all dancing is the work of the devil, and she said, well, all other dancing, not this dancing. So again, I'm wondering if the husband has something more to play along in this with that miniature town, with the miniatures. I'm guessing that might have something to do with it. Either way, if it doesn't, he solely has something involved, because we even see her in the car with that other gentleman, and the husband's walking down the street as if they're monitoring what he's doing, as if they're following him. They're doing some sort of stakeout to see what he's up to. But the trailer really portrays excuse me, the trailer really portrays the husband to be the one that might be the sinister one here. And again, she's either just going along with it, or she's just been blinded to it this entire time until something triggers her to realize, hey, not everything is as it's expected to be, and that's where it's like, hey, we'll just follow the facts or follow the clues as we find them, right? So I'm all in for this one. I like this mystery kind of suspense, kind of keeps you guessing, like what way could this film go with each turn. But my money is on the husband, possibly the son being involved or controlled by the husband as well. But I think that miniature town that he is consumed in, and we saw him with 2 or 3 times in that trailer, has something to do with what's going on in this town. So anyways, that's our review. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Are you interested in this film? And what do you think about what we saw in the trailer? Do you think the husband is involved? Do you think this miniature town and all these miniature individuals have something to play with, especially for his wife and his son? Also, if you haven't done so already, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, we'll see you at the next one. Peace.